In this video, we're going to talk about how to tell if your ex has feelings for you or not. But first, my name is Clay with ModernLove.life, where we help you get the great loving relationship that you're looking for without having to play mind games, without having to play hard to get, and without having to pretend to be someone or something that you are not, because you deserve to be loved for the unique, amazing, and wonderful person that you are. And if you agree with me, do me a favor by giving this video a thumbs up and by subscribing to this channel, or at least thinking about it if you are new here. I also wanted to let you know that we do have our course called Connect and Commit. You can find out more about that down below in the description box below this video. It helps you to turn potentially challenging situations with your ex, 7 specific situations, which you can find out about on the link in the description below. And it helps you turn these potentially challenging situations into opportunities for greater connection between you and your ex. I would really only recommend that you sign up if you fit into those 7 situations. But if you do and you think it's a good fit for you, hey, go ahead, sign up. I'd be glad to have you with us. Also, yes, I did get a haircut. The hair clippers that I ordered finally arrived last weekend, and my wife decided that she wanted to live out one of her fantasies of being a hairdresser. So she cleaned up my hair a little bit. So that is what's going on here. So I don't have this like terrible shaggy thing. You know, I had like a really weird feeling about that, because if you've watched some of my like really early videos, like from 2012 and 13, you see that I am quite shaggy then. And like the truth is that I was trying to get this business up off the ground back then, but I didn't really know much about business or anything like that, you know. I have no formal training in business. You know, I don't have like an MBA or anything like that. So it was a really difficult time, and I was struggling a lot. And for whatever reason, I just chose to not cut my hair for like a year. That for some reason that seemed like the most logical thing to do. So I had like a lot of mixed feelings about like not having a haircut for a long time. But hey, now I have this. I'm back to normal, more or less. Also, I wanted to let you know that my hair is probably going to be changing a little bit over the next week or so, because I did film some videos before I got this haircut. I sent those out to the woman that edits our videos and puts all the like nice graphics and everything on them. She's a little bit backed up right now, but when I do get those videos back, I'll be posting them. So, you know, I might get some videos with long hair, then some videos with short hair and long hair, and it'll just be kind of strange. So don't worry, that's what's going on. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get into this video. So the first way you can tell if your ex still has feelings for you is if there is a certain boundary, let's say, of how close they will let you get emotionally to them before they start to shut down or pull away. And this just shows you that there's a certain degree of closeness that they're okay with, and then after that they start to actually have to delve into the world of their emotions and their feelings, and that can often make them feel uncomfortable. And when they start to get uncomfortable because maybe some of these things are starting to come out, that's when they start to create distance and pull back. Okay, that's the first sign. And like, you know, a pretty typical example of this would be if they are okay having surface level conversations with you about, you know, things in the news, like the situation, or if they are only talking to you about mutual friends or TV shows or things like that. But then when it starts to go into topics of feelings, emotions, and stuff, they start to shut down. That just is a great example of that. The second way you can tell if your ex has feelings for you is if they seem to be emotionally triggered by you in some way. So if they are spending time with friends, or, you know, maybe just talking or texting with friends in this case these days, and you somehow come up in conversation, then that just, and they start to have a very intense reaction one way or the other, most likely negative. But if they start to have a very intense reaction, that just shows you that they are still emotionally entwined with you, and that you are still emotionally present and having an effect on them, and that they absolutely still have feelings for you. The flip side of that coin is sign number 3, and that is if they seem uncharacteristically emotionally cold toward you or about you. You know, you seem to come up in conversation and they're just like, oh, yeah, whatever. And you know, if they're just if it seems uncharacteristic for them because they're an emotional person or because it's very soon after your breakup or something like that, it could be that they're just trying to like build up a wall around you in their own mind, and they're just trying to like hide those emotions, and they're sort of not very well veiling them behind this mask, this facade of trying to make it seem like they're unimpacted by you. You know, we do live in a society that for some reason rewards people after a breakup for making it seem like they care the least. I don't think that that is very accurate or healthy or a good way to deal with emotions, but people do that. And so if your ex is doing that, then that could absolutely be what's going on. Before we go on, I just wanted to let you know that we do have our playlist on signs that your ex wants you back or maybe doesn't want you back. You can check that out up there if you are interested in that. With that being said, let's go on to sign number 4, that your ex still has feelings for you. And that is if they make things about you, even if they aren't about you. So again, maybe they're talking with friends, maybe they are texting with friends, video calling with friends, whatever. But somehow the conversation goes into something and it just sort of like triggers a, you know, emotional reaction of some sort where they start to make it about you, even if it's not about you. Or maybe you and them are talking and you're just talking about whatever, something totally unrelated, and then they just suddenly go off on something about you or the dynamic between the two of you or the relationship or something like that. And they're like, you know, you always do this. Like, why do you always bring this up? And, you know, you're just talking about, like, I don't know, sandwiches or pizza or something like that. And suddenly they're talking about, you know, your shortcomings in the relationship. That can absolutely be a sign that they are still having feelings for you and that they're coming out in, you know, sideways, not so great kind of ways. And the 5th way that you can tell if your ex has feelings for you is if they are behaving uncharacteristically after the breakup. So the two of you broke up and then they're starting to do things, right? Things that seem a little bit out of character for them. And I'm not just talking about like, okay, great, you know, I'm out of that relationship. Now I can do the things that I wanted to do, but it's like, okay, now I'm out of that relationship. Now I'm going to, you know, pendulum swing from one side of the spectrum all the way over to this other totally polar opposite side of the spectrum. You know, very, very common things that people do when they're in this sort of way would be like, okay, now that I'm out of that relationship, I'm going to start exercising a lot. And, you know, it's like one thing if, you know, they really needed to exercise for their health or something like that, but it's another thing if they just want to like start to, you know, drop some weight or get in shape or something so they can look attractive for other people. Or if, you know, they value a certain thing, and you know that they value a certain thing, and then after the breakup, their values seem to like shift to the polar opposite. Okay, it's one thing if they're just like growing and evolving through life, but it's another thing if their behaviors and actions are an emotional reaction to what happened between the two of you. That is definitely a sign that they have feelings and that they're trying to manage those feelings, probably not in the best sort of way, and that it's coming out in kind of one of these sideways sort of fashions. Okay, so yeah, those are the 5 signs in this video that we have that your ex still has feelings for you. Just as a recap, they will only let themselves get to a certain degree of closeness towards you before they start to pull away. Number 2, they are emotionally triggered by you when you seem to come up in conversation. They are, number 3, emotionally not triggered in an uncharacteristic sort of way when you come up in conversation. Number 4, they make things that aren't about you. And number 5, they are behaving uncharacteristically after the breakup and as a reaction to you or as a reaction to the breakup or the relationship that the two of you had. Once again, thanks so much for watching. If you do want to learn more about how to connect and commit with your ex, you may want to check out our course, which is conveniently called Connect and Commit. Came out about a month or so ago, and you can find out more about it down in the description box below this video. Read up on it. If it seems like it'd be a good fit for you, cool, sign up. If not, I'm not going to hard sell you on it. But anyway, also, if you like this video, do me a favor, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. It helps us out. It really does. And with that being said, once again, I'm Clay with modernlove.life. Thank you for watching. If you would like to learn more about some signs that your ex wants you back or maybe doesn't want you back, we do have this video playlist over here which goes into things like that. We also have this video over here, which you might find interesting too, that is being auto-generated by the YouTube algorithm. Anyway, talk to you next time. Take care.